Yes, you read the title right. We just received new Marvel Tokon footage of Danger, and it shows something in particular that a lot of players have been waiting for. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it in a bit, but before that, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Like I always say, I'm gonna be doing Marvel Tokon content weekly, as I've always been for the past few months, so be sure to stick with me on this journey as I give you guys guides, fun videos, etc. on Marvel Tokon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into what's going on. So Thursday we had a state of play that had a new Marvel Tokon trailer, and we learned a lot more about the story of the game, as well as the new characters, Danger, Wolverine, and Magic. And we got the release date, pre-order date, and a bunch of bonuses as well too. Now my previous video broke down a lot of the things that people might have missed watching that trailer, but there was also a couple of things I didn't mention in that breakdown that I noticed in the trailer. So I'll be going ahead and mentioning the new findings that I discovered later in this video. But with all that said, we just received new Danger footage that you're watching right now, but if you notice something interesting, Danger actually canceled into Miss Marvel's unique assist during her pressure. In fact, in one of the trailers, Danger actually canceled into Storm's unique assist during her combo. So this pretty much confirms that you can actually cancel into neutral assist during combos and pressure now. This was the biggest thing people wanted out of this game. For context, for those who don't understand, there are 5 assist types in Marvel Tokon. You have your shooter assist, anti-air assist, unique assist, and aerial assist, which actually seems to be gone now considering that Danger called an assist while mid-air, but the ground assist came out instead, and your combo and pressure assist, which uses the green meter shown here. Your shooter, anti-air, unique, and aerial assists were all known as your neutral assists because you could only really use these assists when you're not comboing or pressuring the opponent. These assists also didn't use the green meter because you're not canceling into these assists, you're just using them in a neutral state. On the other hand, if you were comboing and pressuring the opponent, the universal strike assist would instead come out, using the green meter because you're canceling into it. People really felt like this limited the game because you couldn't really cancel into your other assists during combos and pressure. Now there are definitely creative ways to use neutral assists within your combos, but you have to manually find points within your combos where you are in a neutral state to pull those off. Now this is cool for combos, but for pressure, because you're not comboing anybody actually, putting yourself in a neutral state in order to do this mid-pressure will only get you hit. So this is why a lot of people just wanted to be able to cancel into these neutral assists so that it makes combos and pressure feel more free and not limited. But with this recent change, now you can actually use your neutral assist during combos and pressure as well. I just genuinely can't believe that the developers actually listened to a lot of people this fast. I mean, granted, I definitely knew that the developers wanted to go ahead and listen to the fans as much as possible, considering that they really want this game to be a game for fans, and this game is going to be getting support for 10 years, so they really want to have a very huge, great first impression on people. But this is going way and beyond. This is great. But if anything, this is why feedback and constructive criticism is so important. Tokon bros, I know it was hard listening to everybody being so frustrated about the game, and I know there was a lot of people being defensive about Tokon, but there was a lot of people who just simply had genuine criticisms on the game that I think was fair. The developers opened up that feedback forum after the beta dropped, and a lot of people went ahead and shared their thoughts. I just think it's important for all of us to foster a very communicative community alongside the developers. If this game is going to be supported for 10 years, we gotta make sure Tokon is the best it can be, because at the end of the day, games need their communities, and the developers need to understand what is the community's current state of mind so that they can go ahead and proceed with caution, because the last thing you want to do is make not so much a great first impression when the game drops. And like I said, these guys are working fast. The game is already coming out on August 6th, so imagine what else they could change just in the span of these few months. So yeah, from me to every single one of you, keep sharing your thoughts, keep sharing your feedback, keep making the game better. Now I will say, even though this is finally a thing where you can cancel into your neutral assist during combos and pressure, I'm sure you can still use neutral assist in combos the meterless way, like I've shown in one of my previous videos where I talked about the many different ways you can use neutral assist within your combos. You can use the active tab mechanic by switching it to a character mid combo, then taking advantage of them being in a neutral state so you can go ahead and call that neutral assist during the combo. You can take advantage of wall splash because your opponent will be on the wall while you are sitting there on a neutral state, so you can call that neutral assist to continue the combo. You can take advantage of the universal strike assist to get those neutral assist timings as well, and you can even use jump combos. There will be situations where sometimes you don't want to spend that green meter and be a little wiser with your resources, so I'm pretty sure it will still be useful to use these other ways of using neutral assist within your combos without having to go ahead and cancel into them. But anyways, with us finally being able to cancel into our neutral assist during combos and pressure, I do wonder how this will be controlled. Is it basically going to be that you just input a direct reaction while you're comboing or pressuring the opponent and you'll get that particular assist. Like maybe if you just press the assist button alone, you'll get the universal strike assist, but if you press back plus the assist button during combos and pressure, you will actually get the unique assist. Makes a lot more sense when you think about it. But with all this being said, I would like to go over some of the changes that I missed out on explaining in my previous video. Now I did notice that the combo meter seems to have changed a bit. I tried to compare previous beta footage with this new footage, and it seems like your hits don't increase the combo meter as much now, basically meaning that combo length will actually be a bit more longer this time around. I know there were a lot of people who had issues with combo limit in the game and how the combo meter works, so this was also something that they addressed with the feedback. And hey, I'm messing with it. The other thing I noticed is that Danger's projectiles bounces off of those bombs as well. I thought it was just more just bouncing off of characters, but based off what I'm seeing here, Danger shoots her shot at Magic, but instead Magic teleported behind her, and I thought, well, Magic would actually go ahead and get that hit and the punishment to the combo, but the projectile went right back to Danger and it hit Magic. So seems like this projectile is going to be really good for also keeping Danger safe, so definitely something to have in mind if you're planning on being a Danger player. And of course, the last thing I'd like to talk about is Magic's install. Yes, Magic does have an install, it seems. For some reason I thought this was like a different color for Magic or something like that. I don't know, I was too excited watching the trailer that I didn't really think about this much. But it seems like it does change her color to orange when this install happens, and it seems like she might do more damage and her fireballs might actually be a bit more buffed here. So we'll just have to wait and see for more Magic gameplay in the future, because so far it's not giving us a lot of information. But this is pretty much all of the details I've gathered from every footage we've seen so far. Very glad to see that the developers are indeed listening and communicating to us. A lot of people seem to be in really good spirits about the game again, and overall it's just a very wonderful thing to see. I mean, we got characters people love, we got gameplay changes people have been waiting on, character costumes, Howard the Duck. I'm not gonna lie, this game made a complete 180 from what people were expecting. Like look, I've been on board with Tokon the whole time regardless, but man, the amount of people I'm seeing that are finally back to being in good spirits about this game is really making me happy. I mean, and it's like at the same time, to be fair, we all can't really be surprised either. I mean, the game isn't really out yet, it's beta, so of course this is a time where they just get feedback at the end of the day. When it's a beta like this, absolutely anything can change before launch, and the developers are very vocal about wanting to hear people's thoughts, so I don't think we should be surprised. If they can just go ahead and keep listening to people's feedback like this as the game goes on, we could be seeing one of the best fighting games of all time. I am very curious to see what is the developers' vision for this game overall though, because at the end of the day, while they can go ahead and listen to feedback, the developers do have a vision just like any other fighting game does. So by the time it's 2036, I'm trying to see what Tokon cooked. Damn, that's crazy. I actually will be almost 40 years old by the time this game finishes. Damn. But let me know what y'all think in the comments about all the footage we saw. Do you love it? Do you still feel the game needs more? Let's have a dialogue about it in the comments. And as always, from me to you, have a blessed day.